Hi, everybody. So I'm here with my sister, Melissa. As you guys might know, my name is America. If you follow my page, thank you so much. Today we wanted to do something special. As you can see, we got all guzzied up. And today we're going to just be talking a little bit about the MONAT. And you guys saw the title of our video. It's called MONAT, Not Your Mother's MLM. You know what, you guys? We wanted it to title it that because there is such a stigma behind MLM, and I think a lot of it has to do with the perspective that has been implanted in us, okay? MLMs go back so far back. And, you know, I think it's time that we take a new look at it and we see why it's working for so many people. So if you guys don't know this, like I said, this is my sister, Melissa. She is actually my younger sister, in case you can't tell. And so what Melissa's going to do right now, she's just going to kind of talk a little bit about herself and her journey and where she's at, what led her to where she's at. So go for it, Melissa.
All right, guys. So as my sister told you guys, I'm her younger sister. My name's Melissa, and I'm just basically a wife, a stay-at-home mom to a special needs baby, actually. And now I'm a AMB, or Associate Market Builder, with MONAT. So I'm pretty proud of that accomplishment, and I had to mention it. So I had already kind of like been exposed to MONAT before without knowing it, because I had seen so many like transformations on Instagram of girls, you know, that had like these amazing hair transformations, and they were using this product called MONAT, and I had no idea what it was, and I just, you know, I hadn't really investigated deeply enough. And then, so then comes along my sister, and she was actually the one who joined the company first. And so she formally introduced me to the products. You know, she told me that it was basically like an MLM company, and, you know, that these products were vegan, naturally based, and that they worked really well. And so right around that time that she told me all of this, being the type of person that I am, you can ask my sister, yeah. I look up everything online. I look up everything on Google, on YouTube, just, you know, I just look for all of the information possible. And so unfortunately during this time, there's been this situation going on where, you know, they talk against the company of MONAT, you know, about their products and how they caused hair loss, you know. And so obviously I heard all of this, and I got scared, and I got skeptical, and, you know, I just got very skeptical. But despite everything, my sister gave me some samples, and I tried it. It was a completely different experience. I didn't understand the product at all, you know, but I decided to give it a try because I had seen all of these amazing transformations, and I was seeing my sister's hair transform, you know, before my eyes. So that's when I decided to, you know, just finally do it, finally try out the product. Like I said, I was very, very skeptical in the beginning. And to be completely honest with you guys, at first, I wasn't fully convinced about the product. If you guys don't know anything about this product does not work immediately. It's not a miracle. It takes time to, you know, give you the results that you want. And so it took me a while to start seeing the results that I wanted. And it took about, I don't know, maybe like 2 to 3 months, maybe a little bit less, but I can't remember, to be honest, for me to like feel like my hair was getting healthier and was changing. And so that's when I was like, oh, wow, like this stuff works, you know? And so I just kept on using it since then. And it took me quite a while after using the products to, you know, decide to join the company. My sister America had kind of like brought it up here and there quite a few times.
So no pressure, no pressure. Just brought it up in casual conversation.
Yes. No, yeah, she would never like pressure me. She would just kind of like, you know, bring it up sometimes or talk about how she was doing and stuff. And I just didn't want to do it. There was a lot of reasons why I didn't want to do it. I guess the biggest one being, well, there was a couple of big ones, but one of the reasons was because I didn't really feel like I needed it. I was kind of, you know, not very interested. I didn't, you know, I just didn't find the need to do it. And especially because I was like, why am I going to, you know, go out and bother people? Like that was my biggest thing too, you know? I was just so worried about what people would think of me. And I just couldn't see myself posting online about products, trying to sell them. Like I was like, I'm not the salesman type. I hate bothering people. I'm a super huge people pleaser. And so I was like, I don't know. I don't want to annoy people. That was my biggest thing. But then came along MONAT skincare. And I remember one day my sister, she told me about she told me she had an extra berry scrub, and I tried it and I fell in love with it because it's amazing. And I think that's kind of where I just kind of like changed my mind, because I was like, oh my God, I was like, these products work so well. Like I know I'm going to continue using them, all of them. I'm convinced about them. I felt like I had tried them enough time to say that I loved them. And I was like, let's just do it, And then my sister, obviously, she actually brought it up to me. She's like, hey, you want to join? And, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. So I did it. Here we are. I haven't even been doing it for that long, 2 months. And honestly, I've had much more success than I ever imagined I'd have. I honestly, in the beginning, I kind of just went in because I wanted to get my products cheaper and maybe make a little bit of money to, pay my products off, and maybe a little bit of extra. And, I've made enough for my products and more, and it's just been crazy, and I'm super excited.
I personally am so excited to have her on my team, because when I brought it up, and this is kind of tie into my story, I brought it up in 2017. Okay, you guys. So for those of you that don't know, I have been working this business in 2017, and I feel like I've been kind of taking a leisurely pace. There have definitely been times where I'm just kind of like, I don't know, like I don't know if I should just continue, because it was a very like slow pace for me. I really, really, really took my time. My mentor, I told her, conversation that we had was that I wanted to build my foundation by, getting customers underneath me, and then maybe approaching people about the business. So that's why I feel like it took a little bit longer. But anyways, I had mentioned this business idea and the product in itself to my sisters. And then, Melissa started to use them. Dominic started to use them. And Melissa, when she joined, she was like full force. She went for it. She researched everything. And I completely understand where she's coming from as far as like researching everything. I encourage that. Before I joined, I had to make sure that I researched the company too. I researched the product. I had no idea what it was. Honestly, the first time that I heard about it, it was from a stylist. And I thought, this is a stylist only product. Well, no, it wasn't. Once I did my research, once I looked it up, and then I tried the samples, that was enough. That convinced me to give it a really, really good shot. And I just went from there. Now, having her in my team has definitely added a lot of momentum, and it just kind of all goes back to the way that the structure works. So I actually just recently hit a really, really big goal. I have now hit the managing market builder rank. And, that's a really big deal, because it did take a really long time. But like I just mentioned, the growth that we have had is just out of this world. And, something that I do want to talk about is fears that when it comes to, working a business like this. Melissa and I can tell you that when it comes to companies like this, sometimes the closest people to you, they will have the biggest doubt that this is going to work.
A lot of people, family, friends, people online, there's such a negative view about MLM companies I think for a lot of reasons. Some of them being, the simple fact that a lot of people have done it and they haven't been successful. And so then they're like, this doesn't work. And so then they tell everybody that, and then everybody, believes it. And, also like rumors. And yes, there's also people who are, there's salesmen that are just not good salesmen. They, don't do things the right way. They're pushy. They don't understand what no means. And, that gives everyone else a bad reputation. All of us trying to work the business the right way, it gives all of us a bad reputation. And so a lot of people already have preconceived ideas about MLMs in the first place. So as soon as they know that MONAT is an MLM company, or that our products are from an MLM company, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want anything to do with an MLM company.
Right away.
Yeah. And it's because of all the ideas they have, but like my sister said, we call this video Not Your Mother's MLM because this really isn't like, you know, I feel like it's just different because of the time we live in. You know, in reality right now, there's so many resources. There's Google, there's YouTube. You can learn about anything online in reality. And so you have all those resources there to know how to work the business. And also, we live in a time of social media, guys. Look at us right now. We're sharing with you guys about this company, about our experiences online. Whereas before, our moms and their companies, they had to have parties and they had to approach people in person. And that wasn't easy, And right now, it's so much easier because you get to share things so much easier, so much quicker online. So honestly, I feel like nowadays, becoming a part of an MLM company is just so different. It'll be a different experience in comparison to our family members in the past, our moms, our grandmas, whoever, So
Yeah.
we live in a very, very different time where, to be honest, like I feel like it's much more likely that you'll be successful in a company like this, thanks to the times we live in.
Right, exactly. And, yeah, we can count on all of those resources, but MONAT, they provide us with so many resources. Not only that, but we also have our uplines that we can count on. We can talk to each other. We have this, in my team, we have this group thread where we're constantly talking, we're sharing, goals that we've hit and, just stuff that we've done. And so it's just this feeling of that you're accomplishing something. And that's one of the things that we've learned. And honestly, you guys, anybody can do this. Look, I am sitting here right now and my daughter is right here just around the corner taking a bath. She's singing her heart out.
Yeah.
And, honestly, I could be cooking and I can be watching a YouTube video training. I can be, sitting down on my couch and, just learning something new or, just sending a quick voicemail, anything like that. And you guys, we cannot talk specific numbers, but our compensation plan is like crazy amazing. Guys, our compensation plan is amazing. Like, it's actually a compounding compensation plan, which means that you get bonuses on top of bonuses on top of bonuses. Now, we don't guarantee this to anybody because we can't make any claims. But let me tell you something. When you start to hit those bonuses, they start to add up.
Yeah, and that's really all there is to it. Like, you have to actually work, and that's kind of the other misconception I feel like people have. They think that they can come into these companies and see it as a hobby and then not do anything. And so it's no wonder they never have success, and people give up very easily. Since there is, and I wanted to talk about this, any business, if a person starts a franchise, for example, they have to invest in starting that franchise, and not just $100. It's thousands of dollars, sometimes even more.
And
Yeah,
exactly.
And so it's not a little bit of money, it's a lot. And so obviously, after investing all of this money, these people take this, seriously, and they're going to be working their butts off every single day. Well, in this type of company, MLMs, the investment is so low. Like, what's the most that one of our product packs costs America? It's the highest, most expensive one.
$7.99?
Something like that. And it literally includes everything.
Everything.
And so, exactly. And the cheapest one is $99, so it's super cheap. And so a lot of people find it very easy to just come in and then they just don't do anything. They just don't work. And, so it's easy to, come in and it's easy to get out. And that's why a lot of people don't work the business. They quit really quickly because they don't take it seriously. And so that's why, my sister mentioned, when I came into this business, I told myself, I'm going to do this for real. I'm going to go all in. And that's exactly what I've done. And it's thanks to that I think personally, that I've had the success that I have had, and also other factors. Like, honestly, like I said, I think it's also timing. Right now, we're in a time where it's so easy to do this. And not just that, MONAT is having huge growth. and it's becoming super popular. And honestly, I was surprised at the amount of people that had already heard about this product, but they just didn't know I sold it. And so when I told them I sold it, they immediately said, okay, I want it. But they'd heard about it before. Yeah. So you'll never know if your friends or your followers are interested if you never sell it. What if you have a lot of friends and family that want to try it out? You know, you just need to decide.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and with all of the methods that you can use, you know, you don't even have to just rely on one method. I actually have a girl on my team. Her name is Sarah, and I actually want to share a little bit about her story too. She sent me a message and she told me that she was not interested in selling. Actually, she says that the only thing that she wanted was a good discount. She says, I love seeing you guys share. She goes, but I didn't think it was time for me to do it. And she says, she loved the products, and then when she started to try the skincare, she got super excited about it, and she just started talking. Like she said, she just started talking to everybody about it. And then she said she had a really good response from one of her first posts, and so she's just like, you know what? Like, I might as well just join. And so she didn't. Honestly, this girl right here, she ranked up, and she's barely even posted on social media. And so the way she says, I approach people that I talk to on a daily basis, like friends and family. So that's been my selling point so far. And she says, at first, I thought it would be hard to include it in my daily life because I have a housekeeping business that I run 4 days out of the week. Okay, you guys, she's working. She has an actual full-time job. And she says, and now she goes, I never expected to be doing this. She goes, I never thought I would be selling. She goes, and yes, it's a little bit hard, but it's so rewarding at the end of the day. And like I said, this girl, she just ranked up on my team, and she's actually doing like an amazing job. So whether you think you can do it or you can't do it, that's the point, you guys, that you just have to jump in. And you know what? We all have fears. Even before, like when I was getting ready to do this video, I was like, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? What am I going to say? You know, now that I hit this rank that I am, the MMB rank, like I find myself questioning whether I can continue with what, you know, I've achieved so far. So we all have fears, okay? We all have fears that we're gonna fail, that we're not gonna make it, that it's gonna be a waste of time and all these things, but you're gonna fail to success, okay? If you never fail, you are never gonna succeed. You're never gonna see what's on the other side. That's where you have to start to push yourself. You need to get over that fear and just tell yourself, what's the worst that can happen, right, Melissa? Like you just have to what's the worst that can happen? If I tell you no, does that kill you? No, it does not kill you. It does not hurt my feelings. Okay, we move on. And that's pretty much it. And I like to compare it. Okay, you guys, when people want to think about doing this business, one of the first responses they say is, well, I don't know what to do. Do you walk into a job that you were just hired onto and immediately know what to do? You might be familiar with what is required of you because you've already interviewed and they've already told you what they expect of you, but it's very likely that they had a different method for what you need to do. And it's the same thing. We're teaching people how to do this job. And once you get it down, you get it down. It's real straightforward. It's just a matter of getting over that fear.
And also something else I'd like to mention is that I had heard this before in a motivational speech. And in reality, you know, this type of business is so cool because you can come in knowing absolutely nothing about sales, nothing about network marketing, yes, nothing at all about the products. And nobody's going to fire you. Like, you can make 100 mistakes and nobody's going to fire you. This job gives you an opportunity to learn. You have the chance to learn and you're not going to get fired because of it. So that's like super cool. You can develop yourself while you're working and you're going to learn on the job, guys. You're going to learn once you're here already doing it. You'll learn as time passes and as you practice. And, you know, of course, read and, you know, watch videos. And like America said, all of the training that we have such, you know, such amazing trainers. So really, there's no there's no loss, I guess you can say. That the investment is so small, and you know, like America said, what's the worst that can happen? Nothing, really.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, If anything, you get amazing hair out of it and a nice little discount.
Yes.
But the last thing that I wanted to talk about, and well, one of the last things I wanted to mention really quick, a girl that is also, she also has her business through MONAT, and she made this awesome point that I just absolutely love. She said, it's not about what you need to learn, it's what you need to unlearn. Okay, because like we said, we have had this idea in our mind about a business like this, and we have it so ingrained in our mind that our perspective shifts, and we don't allow ourselves to see the other side of it. And so we need to learn to unlearn that, because when you give it a chance, you come to realize that it has changed so much over the years. Our company it's going to be 6 years old, or going on 7 years old, but we're a really young company, and we have a really young outlook. When huge industries are trying to be more approachable and all of that stuff, what do? They hire young people because they know that they come in with more knowledge, more wisdom. Like, it's just a different point of view. And this company is a very young person walking into room full of ancient methods of doing things. So just knowing that alone is going to be just such a huge thing for you to really consider the possibilities with this company. And the last thing that I'm going to mention is something that I really, really, really liked. I told Melissa, I was making my notes and I just put Elon Musk. Okay, you guys have heard me make reference to this guy a couple of times on my page, but I just like the way that he thinks. He just says some amazing stuff. He says, and it's just a little picture here, and it says, people think working is honorable. Okay, this is what we've learned. But owning a business is evil, because now all of a sudden you're trying to be rich, right? You're trying to be rich.
Or take advantage of people.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's how it is. And then he says, people think shopping is fun, but selling is sleazy.
It's true.
And it says, society hates when you get on the other side of the cash register. And they sure do. They do not want you to forget that having a full-time job is the way to go. Getting a career is the way to go. And really, there are options. Okay, so that's all I had to say. Melissa, any closing thoughts?
Yeah, so I guess the only thing I can say is, so this type of business, it's not easy, but it is simple. And you have to stay persistent. You might not be motivated every day, but you have to be disciplined. And that's something that my sister America recently mentioned to me, and I think it's so true. And honestly, don't overthink it, just do it. You'll never know unless you try. And honestly, we all come in with 100, if not thousands of doubts, and you won't know if you don't try. And all of us are different. And maybe your mom did not have success with an MLM company, but you will. So you just have to believe in yourself.
Yeah, because we're rooting for you. Who cares what anybody else says? So anyways, thank you, Melissa. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys made it all the way to the end, know that we appreciate every single one of you. And you know what? Reach out to us if you guys have any questions. We would be more than happy to answer them. Bye, guys.
All right. Guys.